Hello and welcome to Bambi Sucks. My mission is to grow deer-proof plants and share this information to others. My name is Fran and I live in Mill Bay on beautiful Vancouver Island. In this video, I'll show you my 10 favorite deer-proof plants and suggest some ways to make your garden less appealing to deer. What do deer not like to eat? They don't like plants that are fuzzy, prickly, spicy, strong-smelling, or poisonous. They don't like ferns, heathers, or grasses. So, from 1 to 10, let's explore my best deer-proof plants. My favorite deer-proof plant is Catmint. This plant is not catnip, but it belongs to the mint family. Deer do not like mint because of its strong smell. Many plants in the mint family are deer-proof. Catmints can be very large, like this one, the common catmint, or a bit smaller, such as Walker's Low. These varieties can often be found in garden sales. Catmints have beautiful blue flowers and are tolerant of sun or shade. They do best, though, in the sun. They're not that fond of drying out. This is a characteristic of many mints. The flowers will bloom starting in late May and go all the way through to October. I like to give them a chop around July 1st and whack them right back to the base. They respond vigorously and can be blooming with fresh growth again in a few weeks. Like most of my 10 favorite plants, catmint is perennial and will come back year after year. How good is that? My second favorite plant is Lavender Cotton, or Santalina. The soft gray color is complemented by small button-shaped flowers that come out in June. The foliage is the trick to being deer-proof. It does not smell at all if you're just standing there looking at it, but if you brush it, there's a strong aromatic smell that my husband calls stinky tennis shoes. Deer hate this plant, and that makes it excellent. Lavender cotton is a perennial, but it does take a bit of whacking to keep it looking its best. I cut off its flowers when they start to brown. I also cut back any dead branches in the spring. My third favorite plant is Yucca. This is a stately structural plant that's tough as nails. Yuccas do not grow that quickly, but they need a little care to keep them looking good. Why do deer not like yucca? Well, they're spiky, and the leaves are so fibrous that they're really tough. They are, in fact, hard to cut off unless they're dead. You usually pull the dead ones off from the very base of the yucca. They'll be brown by that time. Yucca will grow in sun or shade, as you see here. They seem to prefer the sun, as their origins are in dry, exposed areas. I clean up old foliage of yucca at the beginning of the season, remembering to remove all the old leaves only at the base. Yuccas can be divided when they get large over the years and provide you with more yuccas, such as these in these pots. Yuccas will bloom after they become established and have beautiful white flowers on a long stem. This yucca is producing a bloom stem now. Fourth on my list of deer-proof plants is Bleeding Heart, or Lamprocapnus spectabilis. It was formerly known as Dicentra spectabilis. This plant is tolerant of shade. What a bonus! Many plants are not tolerant of shade. There are many varieties of Bleeding Heart that produce dark red, white, and pink colors. Bleeding Heart is very easy to propagate by digging it up in the fall and splitting the plant. I have done this in the spring too, before the plant has sprouted. Extra pieces of root should not be discarded, as they will eventually sprout and give you lovely bleeding hearts everywhere. Numbers 5 to 8 are a group of plants we know as the Mediterranean herbs. They are all very familiar to cooks, as they're useful in all types of food. They are rosemary, thyme, sage, and oregano. But why do they repel deer? It's the same reason we love to cook with them. They are strong, aromatic plants. The Mediterranean herbs are great garden plants because they look good, they taste good, and they actually repel deer. Some are a bit energetic, like oregano. I control oregano the same way as catmint. I chop it back hard about July 1st. If they start to push the other plants out, I just grab the stems and rip them back. They have many roots and will easily come back again from their roots. Rosemary is easy for us to grow in the mild zones on the west coast, but often will die back after a hard winter. You can try to cover them when weather is really bad, or just accept weather's fate and replace them when they die. This rosemary has been here for 6 years now, but the exposure is south and the soil is quite sandy. Thyme is a great little bushy ground cover. There's so many varieties that you can grow an entire garden out of just thyme plants. To make more plants, you clip the rooted runners around the base. I often try to outsmart deer by planting thyme beside some of the plants that deer occasionally browse. Often it deters the deer, but not always. Be warned, a truly hungry deer or a nosy fawn will go after practically any plant. They may not eat it, but they certainly bite it, spit it out, and do a lot of damage. But this doesn't make any difference to you. Your plants are deer-proof. Sage is the last of my Mediterranean plant list. They look terrific, come in many colors, and smell so strong that even rabbits won't eat them. There are many varieties of sage to try out. Number 9 on my list are the irises. There are many types of iris, and deer do not like any of them. We have German bearded iris, Dutch iris, Japanese iris, and the good thing is the deer don't chew any of these. They're all faithful and well-loved garden plants. I like to plant iris near bushy plants like lavender, so the dying foliage, which is quite ugly, can be covered by the lavender. And that brings me to my 10th favorite deer-proof plant, the lavender. Lavender is available in so many colors and varieties that you can find them all over the garden. There's French lavender, English lavender, and many new beautiful varieties that the garden centers produce. I grow lavender all over my garden in drier, well-drained, sunny spots. A lavender that is growing in a damp bed under a tree probably does not do as well as one located in a well-drained, sunny bed. Save the flowers and dry them for a great smell in the house. Save the seeds and grow more lavender for your garden or to give away with friends. Being generous with friends and making new allies in the deer wars are my favorite ways to garden in the community. I sell my deer-proof heroes in a garden stall in my driveway from April 1st to July 1st in Mill Bay. Drop by if you want some inexpensive deer-proof plants and a list of my best deer-proof garden plants, which is much more extensive than these 10 best deer-proof plants. The garden cart is located at 708 Meredith Road in Mill Bay, 3 blocks off of Highway 1 on its way up island on Vancouver Island. Hope to see you soon and watch for more videos on deer deterrence and more deer-proof plants to try.